Hey, what's up, everybody? Today we're looking at Masters of the Planet, The Search for Our Human Origins by Ian Tattersall. Ian Tattersall is a well known paleoanthropologist who's written a number of books on the subject. A couple weeks ago, I reviewed First Steps by Jeremy De Silva, and De Silva cited Ian Tattersall as a major influence and inspiration on him when he was studying paleoanthropology. Masters of the Planet is a little on the older side for a human evolution book, having been published in 2012, because new discoveries are being made all the time and changing what we know about human evolution. Normally, for a subject like human evolution, I try to stick to newer books, but since it's Ian Tattersall, I figured I should read it, and I'm glad I did because I really enjoyed the book. The main body of the book is about 250 pages, features 14 chapters, and contains a number of drawings and diagrams. The author does use the subheading sections within each chapter, which I really love that. So there's about 10 to 15 sections within each chapter. I find that this makes the book feel more organized and flow much better. And I like that cover too. It never hurts a book to have a good cover design. So this book is really just a general overview of some of the major fossil finds, concepts, and ideas in paleoanthropology. The author goes by like a timeline, starting with the oldest fossil hominids that we know about at the time, and he works his way up to current time. And being a professional, this author I thought was very good at the way he detailed each of these finds. He talked about what we can learn from them and go over their anatomy and how that relates to the evolution that was taking place and how that relates to the environment at the time. So, this book is just as fascinating for learning about the changing Earth over the past several million years, mostly Africa. For me, I thought the book started out a bit slow, but once we're about a third of the way in, it really started getting interesting because that's when we're starting to get into really fascinating things about our lineage, like the first signs of stone tool use, and not just the first signs, but the continued progression of improving stone technology. I think of this book as kind of like three main chunks. First, there's the super ancient Australopithecus and all their cousins. Then we move into the Homo species, like Homo erectus, Homo heidelbergensis, Homo habilis, and others. And finally, we get around to the Ice Age, when with stuff like the Neanderthals and human species that can be thought of as cognitively modern, pretty much. And being a chronological progression, the last part of the book focuses on the rise of symbolic representation and art and language. To me, this was the most interesting part, though the whole book was pretty good. I really did feel that the book successfully got more and more interesting with each chapter, and maybe that's just because we're becoming more human, so to speak. The only problem with the book is that it's missing the last 13 years of discoveries in paleoanthropology. And this was really cool. I bought this book used, and somebody included a list of some of the things that we now know since the book was published. The name Muriel is on the front page of the book, so if that's you, thank you, Muriel. That being said, I'd still recommend this book if you're a person who's interested in paleoanthropology. I really liked it. Ian Tattersall is pretty good, and I reviewed his Understanding Human Evolution book about a year ago, and I thought this one was better. But Understanding Human Evolution is only a couple years old, so I'd recommend reading Masters of the Planet and then moving to Understanding Human Evolution instead of reading them out of order like I did. Besides all that, I like how the author talks about the changing environmental conditions on Earth with the deforestation of Africa and the glacial cycles. I like how he goes into the concept of extinction as well. That's another subject that I'm trying to learn more about. And in fact, I just recently finished Extinction, a very short introduction by Paul Wignall. I just haven't been motivated to review it yet, but I'll do that pretty soon. Okay, that's it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're interested in learning about where and what you come from, this book is a good, broadly ranged source and a very interesting read, despite being a bit outdated. So if that's something that you'd be interested in learning about, check out Masters of the Planet by Ian Tattersall.